most of the time when people are going into businesses, they just believe that once they just get started, they're going to be making all the money. And to their amazement, they get started, and the money, they are looking for the money at the same time. It's like, where is this money? I thought I was going to be having this money immediately I get started. And this is the reason also why we don't counsel you to resign your monthly job to go into business. So what we counsel people is to start the business as a part-time first. Retain your monthly job, start the business as a part-time. When the progress in the new business becomes visible, they don't need to tell you to step down from the part-time. By the time the money you are making from part-time supersedes the money you are making on a full-time job, then they don't need to, at that time you just step out. Alright? So, we also see people who make mistakes to be looking for money to rent a shop. And from the discoveries and the statistics over and over again, we'll find out that what every person needs to do well in business is not to go and rent a shop on an office first, is to have what? Customers. Let the money you are making from these customers and all of that move you to now what? Have an office or have a shop. Otherwise, you open that shop, in a matter of 3 months, you close it back. And we have so many people in that cycle. Alright? Now let me ask one simple question. How many of you have ever lost at least 10,000 naira in business? Can you raise up your hand? You start a business, you have lost 10,000 trying to do a business in your life. No, raise up your hand. I think you should answer with your hand. Raise up your hand. Have you ever lost 10,000 trying to do a business? Leave the hand up. You want to do something. So how many of you have lost 100,000 naira trying to do a business? If you have not lost 100,000, you cannot drop your hand. If you have lost 100,000, leave your hand up. So how many of you have lost 1 million naira? Now we can ask you those 1 million. You have lost 1 million naira, okay? How many of you have lost 5 million doing business? Only one, okay, at least you have. Now, if you look at it now, you can see at every stage there was a challenge to fix. Now, what does that mean to you? Number one, write it down, the 3 lessons of a business for business success. Your adversity is your advantage. Your adversity is your advantage. For somebody who lost 1 million naira and somebody who lost 10,000 naira, they are not going to be of the same thinking capacity when they are to venture into a new business. The thinking of one that lost 1 million is going to be deeper, stronger, and the possibility of starting off better is there because of the lessons that have been learned in the process of losing that money. So we need to understand that business is not for the weak. Business is for the tough. Business is for the strong. Business is for those who have strong will to do well. So don't go into business or any investment thinking that it's going to be a roller coaster. It doesn't work that way. The reason we don't always have this field to the brim or every other business meetings around the world is because we have more weak people, weak personalities around the world. And that is the reason just 3% of the world population own the entire wealth of the 97% population. And are vowed to be among those top what? 3% in the world. I am not ready to stay at less than 3% of those who control the wealth of our world. Is that not really, really interesting, fascinating, and disturbing at the same time that the entire wealth of the 97% of our world, that just 3% of people control that. Somebody was trying to bring to my notice, I think some weeks ago, where the richest man in Africa, Dangote, made over 400 billion in one day as profits. In the same economy that you and I belong to. And if you track that man's story, Yeah, he got an edge to keep God start, but then he had his failures and all of that too. And he has been able to manage well. Whether whatever you say, whether government put money there, or whether politicians put money there, and it takes somebody who's managing money very well for people to add to it. And that fulfills that scripture, to he that has, more shall be given. And to he that has no, that's one of the most disturbing scriptures I've ever read in the Bible. You know, when you are coming from a background of poverty and you have a poor mentality, you just be angry. How can Christ say this? You know, that's like supporting the rich will get richer and the poor get poorer. At least a logical thinking will make us to believe that okay, if somebody does not have, he should be encouraged and be given to start producing. But Jesus Christ said, no, the way it works here is that he that has more will be given. What he's trying to let you know is that he's trying to actually talk to us on the three ends of money. The three ends of money. One, making money. Number one end. Number two, managing money. And number three, multiplying money. Most of the time, almost everybody falls in the first end of what? Making money. Whether you're on the salary, whether you're whatever you do, but at least you do something on a daily basis that moves you closer and gives you some money. Now we're together. But when it comes to managing money, that is where the first challenge actually begins from. That's where the first challenge begins from. And I've also said so many times on financial benchmark, which was you are my student here, you have heard that from me so many times of what? Financial benchmark. Don't you ever find yourself in zero level in your savings. This is not healthy. It's too risky. Because God forbid of any little malaria in your family, you'll not be able to buy tablet for your daughter or your son. And that is not nice. So have what? Financial benchmark. A level you get to know I'm not spending anything there again for now until a fresh money what? Joins the one time. If not, hold on first. Suspend every purchase, especially impulse what? Purchases. Suspend all of them. Nobody's going to die. Because most of the time, what we do as Africans, we give what? Based on emotions. You know? Now he asks, I promise. If you promise and it's not working, can't you just relax a little bit? Calm down. I say, please, I actually promised to give this, but at the moment it's not working out. Can you just give me more time? Don't forget it's a gift, so you shouldn't even stress your life. Are we together? No, you shouldn't even stress your life. So, understand what adversity what is your advantage. All these things help you to think better and understand the game of business is not for the weak. Number two, love what you do. If you don't love what you do, you won't be able to create value. So that's why you must love this business of network marketing. You must love what? The business of what? Network marketing. Okay, please don't worry. I'm not running to this. But don't press that. Just join that. Thank you. So I want to because it's already filled up. Or you still want one of them? At least already filled up so they can work with your work. So, love what you do. Number one, we talk about adversity. Adversity is what? It's your advantage. Understand this. You see, with this one, you always think through your issues when there is a challenge in your business. You don't think of Satan first, because you see, when we think of Satan or village people, what you are doing basically, you are giving up your power. You know, man finds comfort in when what is fighting him is an unforeseen battle or unforeseen forces. So he finds comfort. And once you find comfort, it means there is no solution to what you are going through. Because as far as the situation is concerned, I am helpless. And you can see that I'm helpless. All of you can see that I'm helpless, because those that are fighting me, I can't even see them. You see, at that level, you kill your brain, your capacity to think. Now, the wise man says something. He said, when you stumble on a stone and fall, he said, you don't look at where you fell from. Critical thinking should let you know that when you finally fell, because you staggered, don't forget that. while you were running and you hit a stone, you probably stagger before you finally further. Now, don't just look at that place. Now, when you give up to opposite forces, where you're actually looking at is where you fell. You are not looking at from where you stumbled from. So, critical thinking should push you to start thinking, coming back, what really happened to my money? What really happened to my money? Then you now actually find out. Maybe you were not having a good accounting system in your business. The business you could put money, what knowledge of the business do you even have before you put the money? So you now begin to see errors. All I always say to a lot of young people, when those money were there, how many girls were in your life that you were sending small money to? To you, it's nothing, but they are part of your income. Are we together? Remember, it's not an investment. You send to Angelina, you send to Cynthia, you send to Ben. They go forever. Those money are gone forever. And that's the problem. Now, if what you are sending is not is smaller than what is coming, you know you're already on the red. They don't need any proof to tell you. I'm just saying to you so that you understand why even in people in sports can make millions of dollars and they just crash. Immediately they step out from sports. Because even when you are in sports, understand you're a salary earner. You have not mastered business. It doesn't matter how much you earn. Earn £400,000 a week, maybe as footballers. It doesn't change anything. You are still a salary earner. You have not mastered any other art. You have not mastered any other business. So the day you step out from retirement, or you step into retirement, the reality of the marketplace will dawn on you. You are going to be putting money into businesses you have no idea of. The same businesses you'll be running away from since. You were invited for this meeting, you didn't come. Where you have learned the nitty-gritties of business and learn some little things in investment. About investing, you didn't learn them. Now you have all the millions of dollars. Now you are going to be asking people, what should I do with this money? You see, that's the first step to failure. Are you getting that? Because something you're going to find out, you have so much money with you, then you don't know what to do. So the next question is that you are meeting your friends and asking them, what do I do with this money? And you know they're going to ask you to put it in the one that they are doing. Or in their own business. And that is the beginning of your fall. So when you stumble and fall, and don't look at where you fell from, look at where you actually stumbled. From there, you're going to track it a little bit. So I don't know, you find out that just little percentage that enemy is actually responsible for. If there is an enemy at all. Are we together? If there's an enemy at all. Because if you do critical analysis about it, you will not find out that there was no even an enemy. If you will be sincere. So that's why I said, always say in my meetings, be brutally honest to yourself when it comes to critical analysis of your business. Don't be very quick to shift the blame. Those are very close to me. The devil is the last thing I will tell you is responsible for any. I have to check it very well. Let me be very sure that am I the one that missed it? What did I do really? If I tell you Satan, better believe me. You better believe me that it's actually Satan. For example, before I got married, I told myself I will never pray to have a child. And why should I pray to be having children? Where chicken are giving birth, goats are giving birth, unbelievers are giving birth, all manner. I said I can't watch it. I just found out that it's part of man. I see man people giving birth. Never see man people give birth. So how? I said no. It's my right in Christ to have children. So simple and truly. You never have to waste time. When it's apostolic, I say I can't pass my wife. Begin come. I shake her. Begin come. I say good morning on it. Begin come. I don't. Meanwhile, they told him that the woman will not be able to give birth. He couldn't open up to the wife before they got married. He just kept to himself. Make her the watch. At least if I feel not rich, the one that can, I want to walk up. Now they have 5 children. How many people? 6 back. Okay. They have to be begging to stop. So most of the time, work on your philosophy. Please don't be quick mentioning Satan. It's not that relevant. No, it's not that relevant. You are the one that make you famous in your life. Some of us are famous, so it's not of existence. Does it attack people? Yes, it does. Is he trying to attack you? Yes. Will he succeed? No. That is your advantage. You get it now? So the only problem you have now, you believe in the other one more than this your advantage. You believe more of this one. So please believe in God, because God is on your side, and they say one with God what? Is a majority. Now, when you love what you do, remember that's number 2, love what you do, you become valuable to society by being creative. You don't just become valuable to the marketplace without being creative. Because creativity is what is going to give birth to values that you're going to be dishing out. We just finished a major conference. One would have believed that we should rest. We are not resting, we are here again. What were we doing? We are consolidating on what we just finished. For that means we already have 2 full master node of Zenith already activated. People that sign up, taking advantage, taking their place in destiny. And if you didn't hear anything at all in that meeting, you must have heard when we said the worst investing is better than what? It's smarter spending. I saw some people read on Facebook and say, yeah, that is how it's supposed to be. Worst investing is better than the smarter one spending. Because the greatest problem we have in Africa is that we don't know how to invest. Even those who live in America, they are still guilty of it. A white man will build a club, but it's the black people that will make that club a multi-millionaire club. They are the ones that will come there to buy one of $100,000. They won't own theirs. You see that now? They just believe in living life to the fullest. I don't have any problem with that. I want you to live life to the fullest. That's the reason for me organizing meetings like they make it free so that you can learn. Are we together? So be aggressive when it comes to investing. There is no other way to become wealthy. It will reduce your prayer points and live your life just easily. So investing, doing business, be aggressive about it. Don't wait them. You keep the money in your pocket for too long, somebody else come and beg you, give it to the person. So what are we not saying? But if you have sown the seed, like Jesus Christ said, sowing the seed, let it fade the toughness of the soil and get messed up. But at the end of the day, there will be a germination, and from that, another life is given birth. So if you are afraid of investment and you don't want to put anything down, how do you take advantage of the adversity that is in the soil? And that's what your seed needs to really come up. So please, don't be afraid of this. Bishop Paul taught me many years ago. He said, when you are committed to be creative. The reason that many of people are not here this morning because they are not committed to this meeting. They are not committed to learning. Are we together? They are not committed to learning. For those of you that are committed, since yesterday you have already arranged your clothes that you want to wear today. Yes or no? You already arranged it. So you don't wake up and be looking for the clothes because your commitment gives birth to what? Creativity. And your creativity produces what? Values. And values make the marketplace to pay you. So the marketplace does not pay you because you love football. No. I mean the business of football. And then to close. I'm the one that caused it. Sorry. No offense. Sorry, my brother. Yeah. Oh, you want to join that? Don't worry, because you want to capture this line. Alright, so that is what it is. They don't just pay you because you love football, you love music. That's how many of you play music to sleep. When you are sleeping, the music is playing, you wake up, but you don't get anything, you don't get paid. Those who actually are bringing value into the music industry, they compose, they write, they go and practice, they go to studio, you try it over and over again. If you have no idea, the music you are dancing to that you are jumping, you're always touching, how many times they have to practice in the studio? You have no idea, and how much was wasted. They try to perfect it. It's still the same thing. Even the person who come to teach you, you have no idea what we do. Tear the book, cancel it again, try to check again, and all of that. That is only when the best of it comes out. You must do everything to be wealthy. Because the best way to help the poor is not to become one of them. And you need to write down what that. The best way to help the poor is not to become one of them. No, it's not humility. You need to step out and then step into your. Okay, that's my brother. If you have my room, yeah, you didn't come from a meeting. Excuse me. Thank you. Like you have my room, you can write it down. Yeah, okay, then. All right, fine. No, I'll give her. I think she missed the reason was because she missed it. She told me the reason, so let's forgive her. All right, now the last. I mean, that's number. Let's go to number 3 now. We are looking at the 3 lessons of what? Of business what? Success. What I'm saying, necessity, that number 1. Just enjoy adversity. Not what you do. Enjoy adversity. Don't be quick to call it and say that when there is a challenge, when there is a friction. Just enjoy it. Just understand it's part of life. It's just like going to classes. You don't want to write exams. You know you will not go to the next class. Pardon? No, that's the problem. I just put it that. Sorry, I forgot my phone. Are we together? Yeah. We all love to go to classes like the way we are here now. If I say let's write exam now, you will not start sweating. Suddenly, because the human nature not just like that kind of thing. Just let me do the lecture and go, I'm fine. Adults don't like to be questioned. It's children that enjoy questions, not an adult. Adult doesn't like it. No, you want to insult me. That's the first thing that comes to brain. But now, you can do those personal questions in your private. And this is about your life at the end of the day. The exams of life have no calendar. That's why you are calling Satan. Can you see the something now? You see, I'm moving between what I'm teaching, between the advances, because they are just stealing questions. We don't be moving, but I want to get the message well. The reason that you call Satan in all your challenges is because the exams of life have no what? Calendar, no timetable, sorry. There are no timetable to the exams of life. If there were timetable, you will not see Satan. You will just know that, oh, prophetically, I knew as I was starting that business that at point C, I was going to encounter a challenge. Somebody was going to dupe me. There was going to be a business that I had no understanding that I should put money, as I put money for that again, it don't disappear. So you will not see Satan because you had what? A foreknowledge of it. That's why God does not mention Satan, because it's not surprise. He's all seeing, he's all knowing, so he knows everything. But we are limited now with our optical eyes. So that's why we need inner strength, like we said last night about stamina. So because of this, you call for Oraba. But when you understand the timetable, there's no timetable to the results of life. Adversity becomes what? Your advantage. You live ready. You prepare all the time. As part of business concern, you keep learning. You keep building your inner strength and your stamina, so that when the adversity comes, you don't walk past as if they never existed. Are you seeing the way it works now? So please live like that in your business. Don't always get, surprised at every little friction. It's not making you to look like an adult. You are not living like somebody who has grown up. You are still living like somebody with a feed bottle, like your child at 12 still using feed bottle to eat. You must learn how to turn that soup and your hand get bottle. As you wave it, you continue. Do you stop making the soup? That's the same thing. You were turning the back, and your hand something got fisted in your hand. You pull it out, and you lick it. Okay, you continue. You see when you lick it, lick Satan like that, my friend. Lick her. Satan God just swallow and not pass. That's what I'm trying to get into your brain. How come you don't stop? The joy of eating that food not going to let you stop. This soup, you have seen the chicken and the goat meat. No way. If you approach life like that, you will never see obstacle again. People like say they don't exist. Pastor Sam and was doing something. Was trying to learn how to take off. And so was trying to learn how to play golf. He was giving what do they call that? Their sling. The golf stick. They're giving the stick. I know the stick had different curving and all of that. And so when he wanted to hit the ball, he saw a tree. So he immediately just noticed a tree. Even me, I used to wonder why they have trees in the golf course. And I've never tried to even play golf. I know I will have that time, never get that time. So we wanted to hit it and he saw the tree. He called his trainer. His Yoruba said, see tree. That one laughed, no, there's no tree. He said, because this thing you are seeing is been designed in a way to hit that ball over the tree. He said, okay. Then he did something, did everything they asked him to do. And as he hit the ball straight to the tree, he said, I told you there is a tree. The trainer laughed. He said, sir, there is no tree anywhere. The tree in your mind is not just into. He said, it's that tree that you saw. It is in your head. It has not left your brain. That's the reason you hit it. So from that they learned a major lesson about life. So enjoy obstacles. Enjoy adversity. Don't make them look. You are not a robot. That's why you are a human being. That's why you are a human being. So the one that needs to dodge them, the one you need to face with full chest, face like a father in the house. Face it with full chest like a lion and he did something really, really hard. Okay, let's do the number 3 now. Number 3 lessons that we need to learn. This is one that almost all of you sitting here are failing big time. Get attention. Somebody say, get attention. Get attention. I posted this one this morning on Facebook. See, if there's anything I like to teach is bringing up to the consciousness of the era that we are in. Because many of us still do business with their old mindsets. Because we grew up selling cassava, we grew up selling yam, we grew up selling gari, we grew up selling all of those things, okra and all that. We grew up doing cement and doing the bouquet job and all of them. So, because we are from that generation, we still not understand the dispensation that we are in. Because all of those things that we have been through or where we are coming from has actually cemented our brain and programmed it already. That to reprogram that has become the most difficult thing in our time. You saw that one of the speakers in our last conference, Oracle, was referring to me and me in so many of those things. These are some of the things I've also shown to you people that many of you will not even remember. But because he is in the system, it's something entered in. One of the things I said in 2021 in that conference was that we are now in the decentralized dispensation where our content creation has become what? Decentralized. Are you with me now? You are the one that goes to party. You are the one that will do your selfie. You are the one that will record your number. You are the one that will post it with your data. But Facebook collect the money. It's called decentralized content creation. They've created a platform for you to do all of those things. While you are doing that, they make all the money. The reason we are bringing you into the blockchain is because the blockchain enables us to share that profit that would have gone to just only Facebook, for example. So, the difference between the second era of the internet and the first era of the internet is what? Shared profit. So the profit is being shared amongst all of us. Imagine Facebook was to be sharing profit with every one of you who is creating content. I just made a post this morning, they're not going to pay me. But since they're not going to pay me, I also understand that they're giving me the platform to become what? Visible to my world. So that's why I say what? Number 3 is what? Get attention. So if you are not posting about the business you are into on a daily basis, sir, not once in a month, you are just doing the wrong way. You are going to be so broke for a long time because you are not entering the plane to fly to Abuja. You are preferring a vehicle where you have to pass through the road to Abuja. Are we together? Because there was a time using the vehicle was the fastest means we could use to Abuja. But now we have to use flight. But you are still choosing that vehicle process. Because there are different vehicles to wealth. There are different vehicles to financial freedom. So the one you are choosing, or the one you have chosen, has brought you to this level ever since. And you are still here. You are still saying Kosio, any small thing, Kosio, and you are not coming to the understanding that is the vehicle that you bought that is putting where you are. So you need to change the vehicle. If you are 30 years or 40 years, come on, for 40 years, this is where you are. You don't need any prophet. Of abundance, I've said it to you so many times, that scarcity is a what? Man's invention. God did not create what? Scarcity. Abundance of the law and the fullness thereof, the earth, the Bible says. So, if you are living in scarcity, it just simply means you are not doing something right. So change it. Let somebody get attention. Attention is the new currency. That's why I post on Facebook. As attention, the new currency. Visibility is more important than ability in this mind verse. Visibility. And I can show you one or two persons who became visible by accident. And today they are already there. Number one, Ruby Kubana. He has always been rich, but we didn't know him. And his wealth couldn't enter another dimension until he did the funeral for the Lord. Huh? So you have the real Kubana, not even this one. Before you know, his followers, boom. One day he was doing a live broadcast, say, let me even see what he's doing. Because he was now trying to market his number one product now, there were 10,000 people that were watching at the time I click it. Do you know what it means for 10,000 people to be watching you live? Even churches don't get that, many churches don't get it. It takes people like Winners Chapel, not those Christmas, to get 10,000 watching live. That is money you are seeing there. And of course, those who want to support the world, messaging it right there. So that means those products are produced and they are gone. That's meaning. That means you produce and the market takes it. So in that one is what we call that you don't produce for the market, you market to produce. That's where the Remy has entered now. The Remy is not you produce and be looking for who to buy. No, you market and produce. You don't produce for the market, you market to produce. That means before the money, those distributors now would have paid a whole lot of money as deposit because nobody wants to miss it. I want to be the first to bring it to Idumota market, for example. And I need to buy goods worth 10 million naira. It's either I pay the 10 million or I drop 6 or 8 million. That means it's going to use my money to produce and give me the goods. So what a way to do business. Why? Visibility brought that. The new one that all of us are joking with, LUP. The boy has become a star overnight. They didn't know him before. Was just playing, enjoying his life. They got over 100,000 followers right now. And life is money. That's just a get attention. All this really, I posted something since last week. None of my friends likes it. Do you even like their own when you see their own Facebook too? You don't like their own too. So they don't know you too. Those who don't understand the importance of likes, they like people own so that people go also like their own. Because you have not gotten to a level where you're going to do that program. Even if you're in that level, celebrity like another celebrity post so that the followers of that celebrity can acknowledge him too. Somebody talk bad of your pastor. Somehow you have issue with that person. Even if you don't talk, you just have issue with that person. And once the person talk well of your pastor, you just fall in love with the person. Have you noticed that? Not the only pastor that they beat him up with a separate fight. If to lead pastor is your father, and somebody's insulting the pastor, you should not be smiling with the person, because it's a dangerous place to be. The same thing with your biological parents. The same thing in business. Please become visible. It's more important today than what? Than ability. And I said it in that meeting that 2 years ago, 2021. If you don't know what to post, when will people like us post, share, and just say something there? Share it. One person I know has not missed that in this class is Madam Jumi. As you have finished this meeting, that post I made this morning, I'm very sure she must have shared it now already. And also do her own. She has created a Facebook page. When she started, it was very difficult to get one like for 1 hour. But I remember in this class, I told her to continue. For those of you who are becoming here, I told her, don't stop. That is the way to up. Keep liking, keep sharing, and all that. And now she's getting some parts of life today. Before you know, that's how you have 4 class, man get 1,000, get that's how you build. So if you have a business now that nobody knows what you do online, you are in the wrong place. The politicians of this country took us for granted. You know what they saw at the election. They said we're just online, that it was nothing, that it's not in the real world. I said, oh, these people don't understand. The people tweeting and posting, they are not robots. They are human beings. That's okay, what are you talking about? They didn't know the wave had moved from offline to online. And with the Help Brigade many years ago, when he called about the paperless office, he said time was coming where office will not be needed. He called it the paperless office. It's a whole content in his book, the business, doing business at the speed of thought. Many years ago, before the internet became very popular. I wish our politicians have read that book. They won't joke with our era. Now my problem is that you that is young, you are making the same mistake. The only post you do is so one bag. Where does that bring money to you? Nothing. Your business not posted. This meeting not posted. You are in this meeting, no picture, take no selfie. But on one bag, you don't miss the picture. Just imagine, see, you are separating, oh Jesus Christ. You are separating your future from your thought life. And you need the synergy of the two to do well. You are more in synergy. I'm going to be doing this teaching on Sunday in my first church in Warri. So I don't want to go into that. Let's leave that one now. So I'm going to have gotten these 3 lessons. The 3 lessons for business success. Don't separate your life from your visions. You know why Jesus Christ was excited about the cross? The Bible says because of the joy that was set before him. You see, he was in connection with that. Your problem is that you are more in connection with your failures of the past than the beauty of your tomorrow. And that deflates what? Your energy. And once your energy is depleted, forget it. You can't connect it to. You are more aware than your past failures, than you are aware of your future successes. You are putting money in the business. The first thing you think of is that it go crash like MMA. You see, you have too much testimonies of failures of the past than the testimonies of the future. You have more faith in the things that must go down than the things that must go up. So when you are investing, say let's put 100 first. Instead of 1 million naira. You see you're thinking, let's put 100 first. And people like us can do 35 million naira into the same business. That you are saying let's put 100 first. And a year after, you want us to have the same testimony. It's not possible, sir. It's not possible. So please, visibility is more important than an ability. Don't forget that today. Become visible. Don't be hiding. To post your picture on a problem because you believe say your village people will see you. Can you see your thinking now? How come they are not seeing all the celebrities? How come they are not killing them, their children? You did a wedding, you cannot even put it online because you are afraid that nobody should see it. And yet, bad things are still happening to you. How come? Yeah, I know somebody, a pastor who did wedding with happened on Facebook. I'm very sorry to say it's not a testimony. Maybe you should not even add that one to the video. But the first child they had died. Yet there was no picture on Facebook when they got married. It's most of you think challenges will stop. You are wasting your time. You think Jesus Christ didn't kill devil.
The Bible says he removed power from him, but he left him alive. That means himself and the agent, they will keep doing evil. If you are not waiting for them to stop doing evil before you prosper. But you remember I also posted on Facebook a year ago? Now that you have finally succeeded, don't forget to go back to the village and thank all the witch and wizard for allowing you to do well finally. Because that's where some of you are thinking. Eh? You'll be struggling all your life, finally the breakthrough starts coming, you are afraid to. Now, in your visibility, that's where you multiply the money. You don't want anybody to know. You are even wearing slippers so that may you disguise. And you don't die for free. You don't die for free. And then what will still continue? Your report said, you have no idea how significant you are until you die, and the world still continue. And you never see some men of God that die, you say, wow, no way, Nigeria don't die, no lie. I think we just still continue. Now that they will know you are so insignificant. So live your life and enjoy yourself. Alright. Are we going to go?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so let's say that again. Visibility is more what? Important than what? Ability. Thanks so much. God bless you. Thanks for listening. Right.